Welcome, everyone, to day 20 of 21 days of ascension support during this Embody and Rise series. Thank you for joining me. My name is Dawn Del Vecchio, and if you find value in this or any of the other in the series, please subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. Let me know how this lands for you. Okay, so our theme today, day 20, is shielding and discernment. So I'm kind of combining two things because I know what I want to do for the last day. So these two feel really important. So let's just begin with a breath, just taking a breath together, just breathing into the heart, imagining light coming into your heart, filling the space of the center of your chest, and then exhaling to let that light sort of emanate through your whole body mind vehicle and out into the field around you. Let's just do that one more time. Breathing in, pulling that light in from all directions, divine light, light as information. And then exhaling to saturate your cells with that light. And then open your eyes. Okay. Ooh, so there's actually a lot I'd like to share today, so I'll do my best to keep this as concise as possible. Shielding. Okay, so the ultimate sort of quote unquote shield or energetic protection for low frequency energies, which are rampant on our planet in this realm, especially at this time of ascension, when the lower frequency energies that have benefited from our unconsciousness are looking for food. They're looking for, to keep themselves alive, so to speak. So the absolute best way to shield and quote unquote protect yourself energetically is to be a higher frequency, is to be a vibrational mismatch for things, energies lower than you, lower frequency negativity. However, let us be humble. Excuse me, I've got a tickle in my throat. Let us be humble and aware in the recognition that if you are watching this, it's very unlikely that you have already achieved enlightenment. If you have, wow, thanks for watching. Give me some tips. Because most of us, we're on that journey, right? We're on that journey, and we're on that journey of greater awakening, greater self-empowerment, greater self-awareness, greater happiness, greater peace within ourselves at a time in planetary herstory, if you will, of ascension, at a time of where there's great light coming in and great chaos. So let us be humble and recognize that, yeah, sometimes I'm in very high frequency and, I could have negative Nellies around me, or I could go into spaces that maybe have some lower frequency energies and I'm cool, I'm good. But sometimes I'm dealing with my own stuff, or I'm really in a low state, or I'm overcoming, you might be overcoming addiction, you might be overcoming heartbreak, you might be having spent a lifetime, your formative years in family constellation, family of origin situations that were very low frequency, abusive, trauma, blah, 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 whatever. Whatever the reason is, there are times when some shielding can benefit us. So I want to share with you a practice that's very quick, very easy. I've done this on and off for years. When I was really beginning sort of the second level of awakening again, which began for me in 2010, um, the sort of the real spiritual energetic awakening, not just the goddess principles and the astrology and tarot and the knowledge based stuff and the ceremony stuff. This was like the actual soul kind of waking up and cleaning up the mess of lower frequency. This is what I would do. So in those years, I did this regularly, and it's invoking light. And so I'll tell it to you, and you visualize it while we're doing it. So you take a breath, and you call in the higher light forces. So this is how I like to say it, but you can change this if it doesn't work for you. I call upon the light of the high angelic host, the light from beyond and before the fall, the light of the one true Mother, Father, God. So you're calling in that highest Christed light, the highest light of the divine. I call upon that light to saturate me, every cell in my body, with light. So the first thing I do is saturate. So I call, I invoke, I intend highest light Saturate me in light. Saturate me in love, light, intelligence. And then I call to surround me in light. So I surround myself in light. And then shield me in light, which is kind of almost the same thing, but I see the shield as like the outer layer of the surrounding. And then emanate that light. So I'm emanating it through me. So I'm going to say the whole thing now. You can close your eyes and receive this. And it might actually sound a little different once I go into it because it'll be a memorized prayer. Okay, so closing your eyes, taking a breath, really feel this. I call upon the light of the high angelic host, the light of the one true Mother, Father, God. I call upon that light and only that light to saturate, surround, and shield me now. And then you breathe in and you saturate. You breathe in, you breathe in and then you exhale and saturate. And imagine seeing every cell in your body saturated in light. And then you breathe in and you surround, you surround, you feel like the bubble of light is all around you. And then you shield in light, so you send that shield. And then you can do one more breath into the heart and emanate it out into the field to extend that light to others, to your room, to your office, to your car, to your home, whatever is aligned for you. So that is the shielding practice that I did. Play around with it. This is great, by the way, when you're in big public places. You're going to the movie theater, you're going to shopping malls, you're going to airports. Just take a moment before you enter those spaces where you've got lots of people with mismanaged energy. You've got, little entities that may be attached to people who are in low frequency, all of that stuff. I saturate, surround, and shield myself in the light of the one true Mother, Father, God, the highest Christed light. So I do that, and then I emanate it into the field to be an offering for all of life. Okay, so that's the shielding part. Now let's dive into the discernment a little bit. I'm just going to connect in here for a moment and see what's here. So the mothers come through. Yes, we invite you to tune into a deeper level of discernment. And what is happening on your planet right now is because of the influx of light, as has been shared and discussed in a number of the videos of this series. You are actually in a beautiful position as humans on Gaia's body at this time to upgrade yourselves, kind of willy-nilly, whether you want to or not. But those of you who lean into it and choose to do the shadow work, to do the healing work, to attune yourselves to a higher order of love, intelligence, care, self-care, self-awareness, shadow work, etc. What is happening is that you are actually accessing deeper levels of discernment. And sometimes there are hard lessons in that. Sometimes there are shocks to the system as revelations come to the awareness of individuals as well as the collective of people and circumstances, leaders and teachers and guides who were presenting one way, and then there's a revelation that actually the quality of light was not what was presented, let us say. So this is part of the process of humanity awakening to their own sovereign light. And in that process, needing to become more discerning, because you have lived for many, many generations and thousands of years in a context of the human condition, the human experience, which is hierarchical in nature, which is abnegating sovereignty in nature. So you have authority figures, and those can be in a variety of realms: the medical realm, the political realm, the family realm, the education realm, you name it. And there has been a pattern, a construct, a way of perceiving reality that is based on authority and obedience to authority, and outsourcing, we could say, one's authority through whether it's knowledge authority or inner knowing authority. Certainly religious authority, absolutely, this has been the case. And though there have been those great teachers in your realm, from Lao Tzu to uh, Yeshua to the Buddha to many others, some of the enlightened masters, Anandamayi Ma and others, who have guided those who were ready to hear, to receive, to recognize, back into the self, back into one's own sovereign authority. They have touched a few lives. Sometimes their messages have been greatly distorted. Certainly, those with the greater platforms, the greater reach, we could say, the greater legacy, their teachings have often been distorted by those who benefit from control. However, for those who receive the original teachings or the authentic messaging, they have been few and far between, but they have heard the message, which is that the truth of your divinity, the truth of your own knowingness is within you. Now, this does not make truth relative, let us say. There is a confusion there where there is sometimes, we could say, a spiritual leader or a medical leader or any authority figure who, in their own personal interpretation and their own egoic constructs, distort essential truths in order to serve an agenda of control, of grandiosity, of alignment with a certain dogmatic set of principles, etc. Now, let us get back to the basics here, which is that within you is all the information and access you need to be connected with your truth, which is divinity. You are the child of the One. You have the ability through your own clearing and healing process to access the greater truths of your eternal divine nature, your eternal sovereignty, your eternal inner authority. In order to fully access this, it is essential for you to do the clearing work necessary in order to no longer buy into the old constructs of hierarchy, of externalizing authority. So we would recommend, advise, invite you to the following simple practice for cultivating greater discernment and greater inner connection with your own divinity. Simply pause, breathe, and feel within. How does any piece of information resonate with you? How does anyone else's energy resonate with you? Do you feel expansive when you feel a, a piece of information or guidance, or do you feel contraction? Now, there are nuances to this because for those who are very identified with the egoic constructs of separation and fear-based living, externalizing authority, those pieces of information that call one to their inner authority will actually create more fear, more contraction. So we are not messaging. This message is not for those who are still living within the mainstream constructs. This message is for those who have been devoting themselves to inner healing, to inner awakening, to alignment with their divinity, to alignment with the higher light of truth with a capital T, divine truth. For those of you who are maybe feeling disruption about anything in the outer world where there's something that feels off, listen to your inner guidance. Listen to feel where you feel contraction, where someone expresses a point of view, a directive, this is just the way it is type of message. And feel in. Does it feel true to you? Does it feel aligned? Does it feel open, expansive? Do you get the truth bumps? Or is there a feeling of contraction, of even sometimes almost a nauseated feeling, a little almost like a seed in your tummy that feels tight and heavy, like the pit of a large piece of fruit? if you feel that sort of sinking heavy feeling in any way, shape, or form, take a step back and give yourself permission to honor what it is that's emerging for you. This feels right for me. This does not feel right for me. This feels aligned. This does not feel aligned. This is a piece of your ascension journey right now, is coming into a refined discernment over what is truth, capital T, what is aligned for your unique soul path, because you have a soul blueprint that is for you. And the greater collective has a, we could say, blueprint at this time to begin to withdraw their energy and attention and power, pulling the power back into themselves of authority. So withdrawing out projected authority, out projected expertise onto others. There are knowledge experts. Yes, we want to make a discernment here. There are knowledge experts, and learning from others can be beneficial. This is a part of your experience here in this realm. But externalizing sovereign authority of truth is something that you are coming to recognize, and this will expand and deepen as the years progress in your journey on the planet, that is no longer aligned. Your connection with divinity, your connection with your soul, with your higher self, with the higher order of your soul plan can only come from you. It cannot come from anyone else. You can get information, you can learn, you can glean, you can grow, you can go through initiations, you can discover greater truths within yourself through mystery schools. But when you externalize the power and authority to another, putting them on a pedestal, we could say, you will find that they will fall off the pedestal, because you are the final arbiter of your truth, your soul path. We hope that this makes sense. We hope that this offers you a greater understanding of your power as a divine child of the One, and your right to own the authority of your life fully and completely on all levels. We thank you for receiving this message, and may it serve you well. Okay, wow, that was a lot. I hope that served you. I would love to hear from you. What landed for you in that message? This was kind of almost like this could have been two different days. So we had the shielding and the little preamble about, higher, when you're certain frequencies, or where you might go, where shielding might be of benefit. If you try this out, let me know. Let me know how it lands for you. Does it feel good? Do you feel the energy of that? And then we had this beautiful message from the mothers, from the Divine Mother Collective, on using discernment, reclaiming our own authority, withdrawing externalized power, projection onto others, that we reclaim it in ourselves in these times. So, and whatever else they said, it was kind of a lot. So I think I'm going to listen to that again myself. Okay, lots of love to you. We will see you tomorrow for our final session in this 21-day series. Much love and many blessings. Mwah. Bye for now.